Trigger warning. Violence and adult themes will be discussed. Satire and humor are commonly used to help digest strong topics. Education and conversation are welcome. Viewer discretion is advised. Guys, gals, and guests, honey, yes, honey, today we absolutely do have the mess, honey. Let's get right into it. Got the right bitch, no lefty. Walking my truth, don't fuck with my 17. Crawl for you, walk, run it, catch me. Got a sharp tongue, spit it, machete. Mean beat, but a nigga never slept me. Watch your mouth, unless you wanna catch these. Mic check, testing, testing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me out there? Can y'all hear me clearly out there? Ooh, child, it's a lot of things going on. I ain't even gonna hold you. Let's jump into it, baby. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about NLE Chopper's new cut, new color? How are y'all feeling about NLE Chopper's new cut, new color? NLE Chopper is out here in a burgundy 27 piece, honey. Is that a 27 piece or a Tara? Do y'all think he got a 27 piece or a Tara? Honey, somebody didn't lay them hairs in the back right. Somebody didn't lay them hairs. Let's get into them hairs in the back, cause some, honey, it was giving static shock. You see that static shock? You see that? You see that shock? That shock and amazement, honey? If you look closely, it almost appears like a rat tail. It almost appears. See it? Y'all see it? Somebody didn't lay that 27p. He must not have no kitchen back there. He must. Child, honey, we in a house made of bricks with no kitchen, honey. But what do y'all think about Chopper's new look? What do y'all think about NLE's new look, honey? Is this supposed to be a tribute to Prince? Is this supposed to be a purple rain? What is that, violet? What color is that? Violet? Baby. I done seen a couple of y'all out here with this burgundy 27. I mean, this violet 27 piece, honey. Yes, honey. Some of y'all's be a little static clean too, honey. A little static shock. Honey, look like you just touched the electric socket a little bit while it was wet. While it was wet, you know. I ain't judging y'all. I ain't judging y'all, but I'm just curious. Let me know in the comments. What do y'all think about it, honey? Can you see yourself? Can you see you and yawn in that, honey? You and yawn. Yes, honey. Yeah, that's how people down south say yours. They be like, yawn. You and yawn. Yeah, yeah. Child. Before we get into all the tea and the mess, I want to also give a shout out to the bro, Pat Manuel. If you're new here, honey, then Pat made history being the first trans man boxer, being the first openly trans boxer in the men's division. Yes, Pat, for a long time, was undefeated against cisgender male boxers. He was undefeated against the cisgender men. Yes, Pat, if you are sitting in the back of the class, Pat was born assigned female at birth. And he transitioned into a man and continued boxing and was knocking niggas up. Long story short, but Pat is saying goodbye to boxing. And I just want to thank Pat. Pat says, after 24 years, I'm retiring from boxing. As I listened to the commentary surrounding the recent Supreme Court decision, I kept thinking about the young athletes whose lives had become political debates, especially Becky Pepper Jackson. Some people think sports are just games. They weren't for me. Boxing became one of the foundations of who I am. There have been two defining decisions in my life: choosing to medically transition and walking into a boxing gym. I was always transgender. Transition allowed the outside world to finally see who I'd always been, but boxing forged the man I became. I was 16 when I climbed the stairs to the old LA boxing club. I heard someone say, "I hope she's here to box." I hope she's here to box. She looks tough. I wasn't tough, but I wanted to be. I started 0-3. I wasn't naturally gifted, but losing taught me the lesson that would shape the rest of my life. Never stay down. The greatest gender euphoria I ever experienced didn't come from someone calling me he. It came from my coach saying, "You'll fight." He wasn't affirming my identity. He wasn't affirming my identity. He was affirming my heart. Those two words meant everything. Boxing gave me confidence, not because I won titles, because I learned I could break my nose, break my hand, get knocked down, and still stand back up. More importantly, boxing taught me honesty. I love this sport enough to give it everything, but I love myself too much to become someone else just to keep it. It taught me the difference between sacrifice and compromise. I chose sacrifice. I have never regretted that decision. I leave with national titles, international victories, a historic professional career, but what I'm most proud of is earning the respect of the gym rats who shared the work with me. I may have been the first. I won't be the last. I can't wait to watch someone go further than I ever did. Keep going. I'm cheering for you now. And I, along with Pat, am cheering for you as well, whoever the next will be. And I want to thank you, Pat, for stepping up to the plate to be the first. Thank you for being trans history. Thank you for making sports history. And you will forever be Black history. Yes, yes. All who don't know, honey, Pat has a Black parent. Thank you. Thank you. A lot of people assume that he's Latino, but he's not. Mhm. Yes, yes. Shout out to Pat. Wow. I remember first time we covered Pat over here. And now seeing the bro retire. I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad at all. Thank you again, Pat. Woo! Honey, speaking of the queer celebrities, honey, y'all seen me earlier. Y'all seen me in the intro, didn't you, honey? Shh. Quiet on the creek. Quiet on the creek. Yeah, we quiet on the creek. I told y'all I live for the Santana quiet on the creek, honey, baby. But the children had been telling Santana that he better trademark quiet on the creek.
Get an attorney today, because I promise you, it's quiet on the creek. Got about 4 business days before some white girl in a marketing boardroom pitches it to Clorox or to Johnson and Johnson or to any nature TikTok page that is available. We're gonna be seeing It's Quiet on the Creek on every nature page. The Atlanta police force gonna be like, "You wasn't quiet on the creek, now you arrested." Like, and I don't want what happened with Huncho and the birthday to be what happens to you.
Santana, honey, the people out here love you. Love you. They want you to protect your brand, honey. They want you to get your things. The kids want you to be paid forever. forever, forever, ever, forever, ever, honey. And before we could say boo, baby, before somebody could forward the video, the clip to Santana, honey, before Santana could read the clip, baby, Jerome had trademarked Quiet on the Creek and had posted it. Jerome said that my attorney been filed the paperwork and I own the trademark. Ooh, see, Santana, this is what the lawyer was telling you to be concerned about. Honey, this is what the luncheon lawyer was telling you. Jerome hopped on the boat, didn't he? Baby, y'all was not here for it. Y'all was not here for it. Y'all was reading Jerome down, honey. Baby, I don't blame you. I don't blame y'all. Know I love Jerome, honey, but I was like, girl, this ain't the move, honey. Girl, you need to move, honey. You know, that's what I was thinking, Jerome. You knew better than this. I thought you was blacker than this, Jerome. Then Jerome came back with a post. Jerome said, quiet on the creek while I teach. Number one, you don't have to be the creator to trademark something. If a slogan or phrase wasn't used commercially first, t-shirts, ebooks, merch, etc., and wasn't properly protected, others can file and own the trademark, even if someone else made it popular. This happens in business all the time. It absolutely does. That's why Business 101 is to copyright, protect, patent, license any and everything that is associated with your brands. Patent and license any and everything that you can that is associated with your brand. And if you truly invested in a particular aspect of your brand and it already belongs to someone else, honey, then you're going to have to invest in buying it from them. Yes, there are a lot of people who patent things just to wait for you to come and buy the patent. Yeah, it's a source of income in this country for some people. Number two, Jerome says, my only goal was just to spark conversations on how Black people, in entertainment or not, must protect our IP properly because we set the trends. So companies have to license from the owner before profiting commercially. Jerome made a point. We are known as the trendsetters. We are known to make the things popular. We are known to shape the culture. We have shaped American culture. United States culture is primarily based in African American construction. Down to the literal White House. The construction of it was by whom? Okay. Number three, Saucy Santana was actually contacted the same day it was filed. I secured it so no one else could file it first. And so I could do a clean transfer to Santana for free. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk, and hopefully you all learned something. It's all love. Oh my God. And see, this is exactly why I live for Jerome, honey. Jerome filed the patent, snatched it up before anybody else could snatch it up, contacted Santana to give him the patent, to give him the copyright, to give him the license to be able to do whatever he wanted with the term and the phrase quiet on the creek when it comes to merch and selling items. Shh, quiet on the creek. Shh. Honey, child, y'all always like to come for the girls. But me and my crew, honey, we be doing what needs to be done for the girl. I mean, it's a lot of things that y'all could say. It's a lot of things that y'all could say, honey. But let me say one thing to y'all. When you don't understand the moves of one of the girls that ain't never done nothing to hurt the community, they just might be playing chess. Shh. Listen. And I thank you. Baby, thank you for attending my TED Talk, honey. You know, when it comes to me and my crew, I'm gonna talk my things to defend my bitches, honey, and thank you. Yep, yep, yep. So all of these so far have been updates, updates of things that we've discussed and mentioned before, including NLE and his 37 piece. Yep, 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 yep. We had discussed homoeroticism and them playing with queerness and androgyny and all that, the celebrities, the black male celebrities in particular, honey. Mm-mm. Anyway, we also talked about Andrew Gullum. And that was a story that honestly I didn't really want to do. To be honest, I don't like doing stories where I'm throwing anybody black or anybody queer under the bus. But it is what it is. We have to be fair and we have to be unbiased over here. And baby, I talk about a lot of things that I don't want to talk about, but I feel like it's necessary to be heard. And the struggles of Andrew Gillum, I think, is something that's necessary to be heard in our community for many reasons. Now, before we discuss the fact that Andrew had been pulled over during Essence weekend and he had been caught with some amphetamines, with the Tina. And we know that Andrew has a history of substance use. We know that Andrew has a history of doing conniving things. And, I straight threw Andrew under the bus. But TMZ has since reported that the test that Andrew was given came back negative. The test came back negative. Andrew didn't have any amphetamines in his system. He didn't have the girl in his system. Honey, Crystal Tina wasn't in his veins, said the test. So that leaves a lot of questions. Questions start to pop in my head like, well, were the substances planted on Andrew? Was it a situation where they saw him pick them up? What was this, a sting kind of thing? Was he in like a neighborhood or an area that had high substance dealing kind of things going on? You know, was this a situation where essentially he was caught and it was snatched before he was able to use it? Again, was this a situation where it was planted on him? I don't know. Because, there's always been conspiracy theories following Andrew Gillum. And I never really understood the conspiracy outside of the fact that they intentionally was trying to get his black stuff out of office. I mean, that was a conspiracy that I very clearly understood. That honey, they did not want that black man to get that office in Florida, honey. And I'm not surprised if the hooker and other people involved. I'm not surprised if all of that was a setup. But my question is, why now would it be a setup? Why now would people be trying to set up Andrew? Because I don't think at this point with the reputation he has, I don't think that Andrew in our lifetime would be the best candidate to be running for any office in Florida. He might be able to get away with it if he was here in Maryland or some other states, but Florida, hell no. Florida man, honey. Florida got hillbillies and it's the coast. Florida got hillbillies with no mountains. You understand what I'm saying? So what would be the tea with I don't know. I really don't know. If you have any idea on why you think people would be trying to set up Andrew Gullum, I would love to hear him. I would love to know. But in my research, I didn't find anything. I mean, based on what I know, he's already considered a joke. Like even the podcast he's on, people are side eyeing Angela Rye and them over there, and Jakari and mm-mm. It has brought up the conversation of older white queer men, chemsex, and objectification of black bodies. Now, we already been new. It's not a debate. At this point, it's not even a conversation that black bodies are commonly objectified by Caucasian people. I mean, our country is built on a history of black bodies being objectified by Caucasian people, and our country has never atoned for that history. I feel that's a given. I feel that that is something that you have to very much be aware of when you are black, when you are a person of color, really, but black specifically. You need to be aware of fetishization and objectification of your body. It's a real thing. And people like Andrew Gillum, I feel sorry for, because apparently at some point, Andrew let his guard down, being the only black man in the room. Andrew let his guard down, being the only black man and the person with the most to lose in the room. I know a lot of people like to live in this idealistic fantasy of black people just being human and appreciated for who we are, and everybody is equal and blah blah blah. At the end of the day, we live in a whole society that is constructed with the idea that black people are not equal, that our lives don't mean as much, that we are disposable. And we need to be aware of it. That's not something to run from. That's something to accept and learn from, I believe. So long story short, I don't feel sorry for any of y'all girls that get out here and get hooked on the substances. And to be honest, we do it to our own as well. But I don't feel sorry. I'm sorry. As somebody who myself has dealt with addiction and will deal with addiction until the day I die, probably. Yeah, no, I don't feel sorry. I feel like these are what has happened to Andrew: substance abuse, substance use, addiction. These are all side effects of using substances, which is why it's not a good idea for people underage to use substances, because your decision making skills aren't fully developed. You haven't had enough life experience. Most people underage haven't had enough life experience to really see all of the things that come along with addiction. I think you're a fool if you let somebody get you hooked on something and blame them. I feel like it's your decision, it's your choice. Again, unless of course you are underage, I can give you some slack for that. But that's a whole conversation in itself. If you're underage and having camps with older people, that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. Who am I? What do I know? You know, child, what's going on? What, child? What that happened to the baby? What that happened to the video? They always playing in my face over here. What I will say is that I stand by my word on Andrew Gullum looking like he's not well. Whether or not He was under the influence when they picked him up, whether or not it was in his system. He doesn't look well. If it's not substance use, then it looks like something health wise might be going on, and it shows very much in his skin. Okay? Okay. All right, let's keep it going. Child, I don't know what's to happen with the screen, but we're going to roll with it. Hopefully, it comes back together at some point in Mother Nature's. Honey, child. Baby, I seen a lot of y'all had a few words for me regarding this, my whole stance on this not being a trans woman. Now, baby, stop playing. We're not going to play in each other's face. Common sense tells any and everybody that this is not a trans woman. You know why? Because in no culture, in no society, during no time period would this person have been assumed to be a woman. In no place ever would this person be assumed to be the feminine version of anything. This does not appear to be a feminine being. This does not appear to be somebody who wants to look like a woman. And you know why? It's not just in their appearance, but even they themselves said that they wish that they could edit some shoes on themselves. So because they know that they do not fit their own standards of womanliness. They do not fit their own standards of femininity. That's why they're requesting that somebody edit some shoes on them. And why don't they have their own feminine shoes? Why can't they show their feet and feel comfortable in their feet in its femininity? Because they know that they're not a trans woman. You also have to ask yourself, since we asking questions, you also have to ask yourself, why would this person even want to be considered a trans woman when you're not traditionally, not by definition, a trans woman? You don't appear to be trying to look feminine, present feminine, based on what we know just from this picture and this caption. You don't have no shoes that you would wear or no way to present your feet in a dating profile. And that's another thing. This isn't just a picture because a trans woman, don't get me wrong, there are legitimate trans women who could look like this when they go home and take their wig off. But what a trans woman who looks like this is not going to do, she is not going to be in her dating profile picture with her wig off if she knows that she looks like this underneath it. Come on, come on, come on. We're not talking about passability. We're not talking about passability. We're not talking about non-binary identity. This person could very well be non-binary. And that's the thing too. It's a big difference between saying that non-binary is fake and saying that John Goodman is not a trans woman. It's a difference in saying that non-binary isn't real and that this person is a trans woman. The main reason that non-binary is real is because people like this could be considered trans, but not a trans woman, not by definition. A trans woman is somebody who has a binary gender identity. A trans woman is somebody who believes, by definition, just by definition alone, we're not going to play semantics, just by definition of the word alone, trans woman, the identity itself is somebody who believes that man and woman is a thing and they adhere to the societal rules of man and woman. And for them, they lean or are in the woman category. That is a trans woman. Well, Bree, you just said that we can't gatekeep transness. Not talking about gatekeeping transness. Again, this person could be trans. This person could be non-binary. This picture is a representation of what non-binary could be and can be for a lot of people. This person could post this picture on a profile and say, I'm non binary, and nobody who knows what non binary means would disagree. Because this person is representing androgyny. You know why they're androgynous? Because they look like a damn man in the face. They look like somebody who's not appearing to look like a woman in any culture, any time period, any society. They look like somebody who doesn't care if people think they look like a woman. And that is another thing that is not true about trans women by definition. By definition, a trans woman wants to appear to other people like a woman. Whether they're successful at it or not is a different conversation. However, just you presenting the attempts to not look like a man is also respected and seen as trans woman because you are not seen as a man. To be seen as a feminine being in any way, shape, or form, presenting to be a feminine being in any way, shape, or form, woman and womanhood can be associated with that identity because gender is just a social construct. Woman is just a social construct for a society's concept, a society's ideals of what people who have vaginas should look like, how they should present. That's what woman is. Woman is you fitting the label woman for that society. Woman is you being feminine, is you fitting into the woman category. We know that women come in all shapes and sizes. We know that women look different ways. Women can be tall, skinny, women can be bald headed, and all of those things. But ain't no woman gonna be on her dating profile looking like this if there's someone who was born male and has gender dysphoria to the point that they don't want people to see them as a man. This person ain't. Period, point blank. Again, gatekeeping trans womanhood and gatekeeping transness overall are two different things. Well, Bree, why is it necessary to gatekeep anything regarding transness and trans womanhood and all of the things? Because with marginalized identities, we have to protect them. Marginalized identities have to be protected. In a state, a society, a culture where trans people are under attack just for being trans, where trans people are being threatened to have their rights taken away, it is not safe for just anybody to be able to say that they're a trans woman. It is not safe for just anybody to be able to say that they're a trans man. It is also necessary for marginalized communities and people of various identities to have their own safe spaces. I believe that cis women should be able to have their own spaces. Clearly, white people have plenty of their own spaces. Black people need to have their own spaces, so on and so forth, for every race, ethnicity, gender identity, all of the things. Everybody needs to have their safe space. How in the hell are trans women going to be able to have a safe space if there's no criteria for what a trans woman is? Now, don't get me wrong, there are people who can pass for, who will always be able to pass for trans who aren't trans. But we just gonna let everybody in. Let everybody into the transgender meetings. Let everybody into the trans safe space. If you don't get it at this point, then I'm just speaking on deaf ears, honey. But let me try and fix this. So we gonna hop over into the show Fact Talk. We gonna hop into the Fact Talk, honey, with Madison and Craig, because we had already talked about the good sister, who was tasing people and stuff. Yeah, and the DL exposed video and the exposed DL video, the good sister Rain was tasing the trade, and we had heard about the where's my 30. She was asking for her 30 and all that, and then she had tased the one boy in front of his mama and all that. Go back and get into the exposed DL's video, and you will see it. Well, anyway, Maddie and Craig was able to do a follow-up, update with the good sister Rain. Now, it's going to be some foolishness going on because Rain had a lot of technical difficulties. But please bear through it because we're even going to talk about the technical difficulties. Okay, all right, okay.
Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Rain, we about to put you on.
Come on, Rain. Rain, park and get you some good. There we go. Rain, turn your phone long way so we can get you in the full screen like that. Can you hear your auntie?
I can hear you.
Oh, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Rain.
Can you hear me?
You got to turn your Bluetooth off to get it from going to your car or something. Niece, where you at? Cut that goddamn Bluetooth.
They saying they can hear her.
They saying they can hear her. Oh, they can hear her. We can't.
Yeah, I'm about to say my sound is on.
We should be able to hear her.
My sound is on.
Hold on, let me check.
Hi guys.
I mean,
I don't know why it changed.
Maybe when his screen blinked. Hello.
You're right.
Oh, that's it. We can hear you now, bitch.
We can hear.
Niece, turn your phone this way where it can be long. Hey,
that's it.
We can hear you. We
can hear you, Niece.
Listen, my phone is on 1% because they just kicked me out the hotel. I had 2 tricks at the same time. I was only supposed to have 1. So my phone's on 1%. She only got 1%.
On her phone, yeah.
Well, Niece, put your charger in there. You can't charge your phone up.
It's charged up, but we can speak for now.
Well, we can't see you. You done went blind. Well, girl, you better hurry up and she at 1%. What you gonna ask her? We can't see you, Niece.
Niece, Auntie, we're gonna have to find a different time now.
Girl, I got so many questions. What happened at the hotel? Niece, we can't see you no more. Girl, we hear that taser though. We hear the taser, but we can't see you.
You can't see me, guys?
Niece, no. It's like you turned your camera off the screen. It's on. Oh shit! It done went blank.
Oh, they be having that book my room. You know what I'm saying? Apopka, Florida.
The camera's on now.
Okay, what, Niece? What's going on down there in Apopka, Florida? What's going on?
Right here in Apopka, Florida, these tricks, I'm just a regular girl, you know what I'm saying? I stay in hotels, I go back and forth, so, I take my money seriously because by the next day at 11 o'clock, I got to book my room. You know what I'm saying? So, this boy, I don't know, these niggas out here, they be playing me. They be thinking like, oh, they hood enough, they that nigga, they don't have to pay. Oh, they be having that, they be saying one thing, but then on the spot. So I started this segment where I'm going to go ahead and get my get back, clean the streets up, and let these niggas know some of us ain't playing no more. So I got a couple videos going on. I am fucking up these niggas right now. These niggas, they be on the download, they be paying us, but they be doing us wrong. And I feel like us trans women, we need to stop protecting them. That's what it is. And I'm done. So this man that got something for me.
Okay, so Niece, explain to us, how did you get into that position with the guy with the $30? And how did you know where he lived at?
Okay. So I also want to know, what was $30 for?
Craig, you know what the $30
Well,
you said it's 24. Wait a minute.
What's $30 cover?
Hello?
Hello? Where you at, niece? You got to park. Niece, please park for your auntie.
I can't hear you no more.
Oh, God. Niece, you got to park. Park it. You got to
probably
park.
because you're on my car.
Oh, Lord.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, so if you guys can hear me, I'm going to explain the $30. It was not $30. I said run me my 30 seconds. So I was asking him to fight because I fight boys. That's what I do, you know? And I don't have a problem with, fighting boys and that. But it wasn't $30. I don't do nothing for 30 and I don't do anything. Just know I ain't no cheapo. So, no $30
so it
nothing.
wasn't $30.
She was saying run her 30 seconds because she said that she was
You know
going to
where
fight
I'm
him
from?
with
When they say run my 30, that means run my 30 seconds to fight from him. That's what I wanted from him. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even fight no more. I just take these niggas and, we move on. My phone's on 1% right now and I can't hear y'all. But if y'all can hear me, just follow through. I do have a couple bit more videos coming through. I'm done with these niggas. These tricks, this is our everyday life. I'm on the run right now. Polk County just put me in jail because I was just in a sting. Yes, Polk County be wanting us girls to go to jail. And I just went to jail. I just got out and they're trying to put me back in because I keep violating probation, going on tour. Listen, they need to stop. But yes.
Well, she can't hear us.
I'm looking at y'all. Y'all look so shocked. Listen, this is every day, in the hood, transgender lifestyle, and I saw my pussy. That's what I was just doing right now. And they just kicked me out. They just kicked me out the hotel because I had two niggas at the same time. And you're only supposed to have one with the $40 couple hour rooms. You know what I'm saying? So the lady just kicked me out. And I'm just sitting here in my car chilling, smoking. I'm out here and I'm selling my pussy every day. And I love it.
Okay. Niece, we would really love to be able to see you and see your face. Is there a way that you can go out and come back in?
Girl, she got 1%.
Girl, she got 1%. Honey. She had a lot going on, didn't she, baby? Give me 1 second, because there's a lot going on over here. Baby, we got some audio things going on over here. And let's just get it together real quick, baby. Hello. Sorry, y'all. Give me a moment. Momento. Let's run this again until we get the audio problem.
Rain, park, and get you some good. There we go. Rain, turn you.
All right, Rain, we about to put you. Y'all ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Rain, we about to put you on.
Come on, Rain. Rain, park, and get you some good. There we go. Rain, turn your phone long way so we can get you in the full screen like that. Can you hear your auntie?
I can hear you.
Oh, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Rain.
Can you hear me?
You got to turn your Bluetooth off to get it from going to your car or something. Niece, where you at? Cut that goddamn Bluetooth.
They saying they can hear her.
They saying they can hear her.
Oh, they can hear her. We can't.
Yeah, I'm about to say my sound is on.
We should be able to hear her.
My sound is on.
Hold on, let me check.
Hi guys.
I mean,
I don't know why it changed.
Maybe when his screen blinked.
Hello?
You're right.
Oh, that's it. We can hear you now, bitch.
We can hear.
Niece, turn your phone this way where it can be long. Hey,
Listen.
We can hear you. We just
we
can't
can
see
hear you,
you.
niece. We got.
Listen, my phone is on 1% because they just kicked me out the hotel. I had 2 tricks at the same time. I was only.
Her phone was on 1%. They just kicked her out the hotel. She had 2 tricks at the same time. It was only supposed to be 1 trick at a time. This is what Rain has going on. Rain says that it was not $30 when she was telling him to run her 30. It was 30 seconds. She wanted to fight. Rain said that she loved this life of selling her ass, and that this is just a typical life of a hood tranny. That's what Rain said about her son. A couple of things. That's not the typical life of a hood tranny. I was a hood tranny in the hood, living in the hood, broke, honey, doing everything I could for a coin, honey. I was doing survival things, but I was not living the life that you are living, Rain. Rain says that she is also ducking Polk County because she keeps going on tour and leaving her jurisdiction where she is probated to be. Rain, you have a lot going on. Niece, what I want to tell you, Rain, is that you have other options. You do have plenty other options. If you love what you're doing, then kudos to you. I love that for you. I'm glad that you're doing something you love if you really love being out in the streets. But in my experience, from what I've learned, is that most people out in the streets don't really want to be out in the streets. They either feel like they're caught out in the streets and they have no other option, or they're working to get out of the streets. But I don't think if anybody could choose to be born with a silver spoon or to be born in the streets, I don't think anybody I know in life would choose to be born in the streets. Struggling. Ready to fight dudes and getting into it with tricks to get your money to pay your hotel room for the day, your hotel fee for the day. Like, what is going? Rain, if you really do like selling your cooch, niece, we need you to step it up, especially if you're gonna be exposing dudes, because with you exposing dudes, you're messing up your customer base. But it's also very unsafe. It's very unsafe. You're gonna need to be able to afford security. Yeah, it's not niece, niece, and niece. I would also like you to get an evaluation just so that we can make sure that you are understanding everything that comes along with living the life that you're living, and so that you can make informed decisions. Because again, you do have other options, niece. I want you to know that. I want you to know that. And I also want you to be aware that that could be a defense mechanism. There are a lot of people in the streets, there are a lot of people struggling who convince themselves that they like it. And there are aspects of anybody's life that I'm sure they could like and enjoy. But again, it becomes a defense mechanism for some people because they will highlight the things that they love, or the things that they enjoy, or the things that they appreciate about a particular lifestyle, and they will ignore all of the negative consequences, like being in jail, being arrested, probation, not being able to leave the state, not being able to pay for your hotel room, needing to go on tour and sell your crotch, even on a day that you might not want to be bothered, might not want to deal with men. You might have some aches and pains going on. Maybe they breath stink or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. Whew, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, little sister. And I just want you to know that I am praying for you. I'm praying for you, honey. Let me fix the screen while we're here. If it's going to let me, it look like it might not even let me. I left the wrong one. It look like it's not even going to let me fix it. Mind you, I was trying to fix the wrong one. Oh no, it looked like it look like it's going to let me do it. Do it. Oh, we can't break the third wall or the fourth wall. How many walls is it? Well, some of y'all girls ain't got no walls. But, that ain't my business. That's not the conversation that's being attempted to have. Does this look right? No. All right, here we are. Here we are, all alone, you and me, privacy, and we can do anything, your fantasies. I'm glad that I got it together before we get into this next story. Baby, we almost an hour into the stream and we still on updates. Oh my God. I should have just called this the update stream. Privacy. Well, it is low-key pre-recorded, honey, even though it's unedited and uncensored. So maybe I still can't call it that. This update for me is a very touching one, very close to my heart one, because it's a sad incident where we lost somebody who's Black, queer, and ballroom to violence from somebody who is white or white passing. I know he's an immigrant, but white people be immigrants every day. Anyway, he's been sentenced to 20 years. And he issued an apology to the family, Dimitri Popov, to O'Shea's family. This was the reaction from the family.
We talk every weekend. My weekends are the worst. Are the worst. But I'm gonna keep on striving. I'm gonna keep on doing it. I just miss my baby.
He was the person who made the decision to introduce a knife into this situation. He was the person who kept taunting and kept insulting and would not let it go.
8 people gave gripping victim impact statements.
We spoke about my brother because he's the one that's no longer here. It wasn't about the defendant. Yes, he got time, but his family can go visit him. They can talk to him. We can never see my brother again.
One by one, emotional statements about the impact of Sibley's murder to the dance and Black gay communities. So powerful, it had the ADAs who prosecuted the case sobbing.
I sobbed. But when you realize that a life as brilliant as O'Shea's was stolen, and for the motives, for the hateful reasons why it was done, it touches people.
Now, if you don't remember, or if you're not aware, I don't think that this was a fair sentencing. Because I don't think that there was a fair charging. I think that Dimitri knows that he's a piece of shit as well. Because every time we see him, he could never even look up. He could never even face the public. Trash. He took O'Shea's life because O'Shea was queer. But I believe that he took O'Shea's life because he was black and queer. We know for a fact that he took his life because he was queer. But I believe it's because he was black and queer, because I find it hard to believe that Dimitri, with his family's immigration status, would have felt comfortable taking the life of a white queer man. I don't think Dimitri would have even had the heart to approach a group of white queer men. Because I think Dimitri understands that this country was built for them to be able to do what the hell they want. And I think that's the reason why Dimitri and his family came here. Because they know that white people can do whatever the hell they want here. And I believe Dimitri knows, well, it's obvious Dimitri got to know that white people especially tend to get away with taking the lives of black and brown people. Oh, and a queer? Even the black people ain't going to care about that one, right, Dimitri? You thought wrong. But Dimitri was convicted of manslaughter for all who wasn't here and all who didn't know. It did have a hate crime jacket on the manslaughter charge, which is why he got 20 years. Because of the hate crime alone, the 20 years is justifiable. I think he should have got more. I think he should have done at least 25 and at least 20 without the possibility of parole for the hate crime of it all, if nothing else. But I think he should have been convicted of homicide as a hate crime. Now, it could be arguable whether first degree or second degree, but I think he should have been convicted of homicide as a hate crime. And I think that this is an example of give them something to make them shut the hell up. But we're still not going to give them true justice. Not 100%. Fortunately, the memory of O'Shea lives on in many people. And the impact that he's had on the culture and the community in the United States will live forever. And Dmitry Popov ruined his life in the process. If we have some semblance of justice, it's that. Woo! Now let's get into some lighter stuff. Let's get into some things. Let's talk, y'all. Let's talk about bisexuality and versatility, baby. If you still over there on Elon Musk's platform, it had gone viral today. This post, being bisexual and a bottom is so funny to me. Ha 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 ha. Now, us educated girls, us socially aware girls, first thing we gonna think is like, what, girl, what is funny about that? Why is you saying that? But in reality, a lot of us have a reaction to bisexual people being anything other than versatile or true to their hetero interactions. Let me break it down. With bisexual men, we expect them to be either versatile or tops off the grip, just because they're masculine. Masculinity in society and patriarchy tells us that masculine people are going to want to be dominant in the bedroom. So with bisexual men, we assume that they're going to be tops or versatile, especially because they're bisexual. So that means that they're open to being with people who have vaginas. On top of the masculine presentation, the man of it all, they're open to partners who have vaginas. So they clearly have to be open to topping. And then with women, with bisexual women, we assume that they either bottoms or open the switch. But let me speak from my own perspective because I only have one set of parts, baby. Being bisexual men who are bottoms, I think that's a concept that most people won't understand, won't truly understand unless they themselves are bisexual. Well, I know for me personally, I didn't really understand bisexual people, bisexual men being bottoms. I didn't understand bisexual people stepping outside of hetero norms. I assumed that bisexual people were just straight adjacent. Like they would want to do, I assume the bisexual woman would want to do the same thing that she would do with a man, but she was just open to doing it with somebody who wasn't a man. And I assume that bisexual men wanted to do what they did with women, but they were open to do it with a person of any gender. That's what I thought. That's what I think a lot of people assume, but that's not the case. Some people, especially me, it took for my sexuality to become more expansive, for me to myself start to step into my bisexuality and experiment with partners of various genders and things like that. It took that for me to really understand it. And now it makes sense to me because if a bisexual man is already a top with somebody who has a vagina, then what is the point of him doing the same thing with somebody who doesn't? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay, let me break it down like this. And this is something that a lot of people don't want to hear. Vaginas are made for penetrating. Penises are made to penetrate. If you have the option of having vagina and penis, why would you not want to take advantage of what each of them are made for? Making sense? Am I making sense? All right, let me tell you about me. Y'all know I'm pan. Y'all know I'm bi. I'm a bottom, definitely more bottom with people who have a penis. I'm more interested and I'm more open to bottom with people who have a penis. I'm more interested and I'm more open to topping with people who have vaginas. If I have a partner who has a vagina, 9 out of 10 times they're never going to have to top me. There may be a rare occasion where I would want to be penetrated or have the urge to be penetrated, and we could do that without them even strapping up. If I have a partner who has a penis, I would never have to top them. Mm-mm. No, again, that's what toys are for. The difference between me and a lot of people, though, is that I am situational verse. And one of the situations where I'm versatile is in relationship. If it's a long-term partner or a short-term partner, if it's just a friend with benefits, somebody who I hook up with, if it's frequent and things like that, I'd be open to being versatile with them just because a relationship is being built, even if it's only platonic. And of course, with a long term partner, a romantic partner, I'd be open to being versatile with them if for nothing more than to get them off. I'm somebody who gets off by getting my partner off. And a lot of people understand that. If it's more of just a friends with benefits situation, I'm going to be more concerned about getting off than them, because there's going to be less of an emotional attachment to them. I'm going to care less about their well-being, honestly. And there's no, to keep it 100, just the instinctual part of it is that there is no urge for me to try and keep this person pleased. Like, if this is just a friend with benefit situation, then this is somebody who I'm not compatible with long term. I'm not interested in long term. They're not interested in me long term. It's mutual, whatever, whatever. There's no, I could find another friend with benefits, but with a romantic partner, somebody who I actually would want to spend and explore my life with, them next to me in multiple capacities and facets, there's going to be more of an urgency. There's going to be more of an urge. There's going to be more of a need to want to keep you and keep you pleased. And again, just me personally, a part of a romantic attraction is keeping my partner pleased sexually. It is. I mean, I'm not ashamed of it, and it's no secret. Like, I personally, if I'm in love with somebody, I have no problem having sexual interactions with them, doing bedroom things with them, even if I'm not horny. Just keeping it 100. If I'm willing to spend my life with somebody, then that means that I'm attracted to them enough where I'm not going to be disgusted. At minimum, I am attracted to them physically. And again, if of course there depends, it depends if we're going through an argument, if we're going through a bad period or something like that, we're not getting along, then yeah, I might not want to have with you. But then again, me being me, if I'm going through and having an argument with my partner, I might still want to have with you and take it out in that way, take the frustration and the energy out in that way. But no, it's like the whole versatility of it. It took for me to honestly experience and enjoy having a partner with a vagina for me to feel completely different about being versatile with people who have penises. I had less interest. I mean, now that there's another option for me to penetrate a person if I want to, for me, one is better than the other. And I was offended because I dated a bi guy before, and he had told me straight up that, yeah, he was like, vagina is better for penetration. I enjoy it more. And to keep it 100 with y'all, I agree. I agree. Now, don't get me wrong. I've had partners who have had overcakes. I've had partners who I've absolutely enjoyed slaying, all of those things. Male partner, trans femme partners, non-binary partners who, you know, the back door has gotten the things done well, honey. I've gotten into the club through the back door, and we had a ball. Do you hear me? Everybody got their time. From the back door. Over cakes, fat, juicy cakes. Some people just, you have your creamsicles and all the things that happen with people who have cakes. So I'm not sleeping on the bottoms. I'm not sleeping on all of my backdoor bottoms. Not sleeping on all of my anal bottoms or none of that. But I see it differently now that I've had vagina. hmm I do, and not to say I don't enjoy both. I just enjoy one more than the other. hmm hmm Yeah. So for me, I can't have a partner or a friend with benefits who has a penis and is 100% bottom. That can't happen. Have to be open to slaying me. Period. I can't have a partner who has a vagina and is 100% top. That can't happen. Have to be open to getting slayed. Period. That's for me. But also, I want to remind everybody that every pot has a lid, and the goal and the point is not to attract everybody, it's to attract the people or the person for you. I shouldn't be everybody's type. Everybody shouldn't be my type. And if it were that way, it wouldn't matter. Only need one person if you're interested in monogamy. And even if you're open to multiple partners, you only have so much time to have but so many partners. And honestly, that is not the healthiest way to have relationships with humans, to have sexual relationships with humans that are based on just partner to partner objectification. Another notch. That's not healthy. Mm-mm. So yeah, yeah, but I know that there'll be a lot of gay people who will be offended. I know there'll be a lot of lesbians who'll be offended. I know that there'll be straight people who are always offended by bisexuality. Um, but with gay men, I want to remind y'all that situational versatility is already a thing in the gay community. And I know because I remember from even when I was in there.
So I'm verse, right? But problem is I am situationally verse, and most gay guys who identify as verse are just generally verse. When I say I'm situationally verse, I mean my position depends on how I am attracted to you. And it's very rare that I'm actually attracted to somebody in a way that I would let them top and bottom for me. And most other guys who identify as verse would like for you to do both. Um, and that doesn't work for me because inevitably I am attracted to a guy like say he has a fat ass, but he, has a average sized dick. I'm gonna wanna fucking breed you. Not gonna want you to stick anything inside of me. Or vice versa. Like you got a fucking hammer in between your legs and you have no ass at all. I don't want you to sit on that. Sit on it! So then just my luck, I always get a guy that's talking about some switch and I gotta pull a oh, I gotta go, my friend just died.
My friend just died to get out of slaying somebody or getting slayed by somebody is it's narcissistic work. It's narcissistic. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Honestly, I don't know if narcissistic is the right word, but it's work that I don't want to be working around. It's work that I don't want to be employed with. It's work and I don't want to be clocked into that. Honey, you telling people that your friend passed because you don't want them to slay you is nuts. But back to the conversation at hand. I get what that child's saying. I understand it. I get it. I respect it. At the end of the day, everybody's preference is their preference. What everybody likes is what they like, and it is what it is. A lot of us, I think most people in general, have bigoted preferences. Um, unless of course you prefer the stereotypical, you know, in every way, shape, or form. Um, I don't have no problem with that child being situational verse. It makes sense to me. If you ain't got no meat, why would I be pressed about you slaying me? If you ain't got no cakes, why would I be pressed about slaying you? Unless, of course, you got a Jesus. A Jesus, honey, because that's who it feels like you touching when you being one. But anyway, I get it. I get it. Makes sense. And also understand why people would be offended by that, because you have bottoms out here that ain't got no cakes, and you have tops out here that ain't got no meat. I completely get it. And you have versatile children out here who don't have either or neither. Got versatile kids with no meat and cakes, and you got versatile kids that might not have one of those. Offended they are. But again, that's when I gotta take you back to, you don't have to attract everybody. But trust me, regardless of what you look like, somebody's going to be attracted to you, because, like I had showed you, that alienation looking up, that Beetlejuice looking up, Roger and them lashes and that wig that had came from Monroe got 5 kids, 5 times something with a penis slayed that. And then we had somebody on the internet talk about Sopper for a biscuit, but I think they were just doing it for internet clout. But just to say that while you sitting next to it and looking at it is a lot. Anyway, yeah, let people have their thing. Everybody don't have to want you. You don't have to be compatible with everybody in the bedroom, honey. That's why being a slut don't make sense, because you're never going to be compatible with everybody in the bedroom. Yeah, drink your water, honey. If you Muslim, make sure you pray. What is it, 5 times a day? Um, yeah, if you Catholic, make sure you got your rosary. hmm And if you American, try and get a couple dollars. Yeah, I think we touched on all the cultures. Everybody ain't got to be for you. But if we're being honest, where I think it gets particularly nasty and superficial is when you got them type of ideals, even in a long term situation. Now, if you my partner and I'm with you, you my husband, you my wife, you my boyfriend, you my girlfriend, you my spouse, you my partner, whatever. Even if we friends with benefits, you got to be open to being versatile with me. You guys be now. Hookup is another thing. If I'm now, at this point in my life, hookups ain't likely happening unless I'm going through a psychotic moment. Unless I'm losing my mind or something. Hookups ain't happening at this point in my life. I'm not that desperate, and I at this point I know how to get it too easily when I want it. And I know how to get it from somebody who's going to be pressed. Well, I know once they get it, they're going to be pressed if we're compatible. Anyway, um, I forgot what I was talking about. I started reminiscing. Reminisce on the love we had. No, I think it's nasty work when you be with somebody long term, or you have a partner, or you have some type of relationship situationship with somebody, and you open to being versatile, but won't be versatile with them. I think that's nasty work. I would be offended in so many ways. Again, even if it was just a friend with benefits, like, oh, you cool with getting slayed by Tommy or Thomasina or Timothy or Rick Ross or whoever, you open to getting slayed by them, but you won't let me slay you? Oh, that's nuts. That's not happening. You open to getting, you open to slaying the trade, you open to slaying this one and that one, you open to go over there and slay somebody with a Jesus, but you won't slay me when I want to get slayed. You done lost your mind. That's when I think it gets nasty. And I think you have to make that very clear with people. Like me, since I am a situational verse, I make that very clear when I have conversations with people. If they are interested in more than a hookup, if I'm interested in more than a hookup, I make it very clear to people um what I am, and if a person asks me what I'm into, the answer is going to depend on who I'm answering it to. It is. If it's somebody with a penis, I'm versatile bottom. It don't matter whether you girl, boy, in between, or man, woman, in between. I don't even like the thought of saying girl, boy, but man, woman, and in between. I'm going to be a versatile bottom if you have a penis. If you have a vagina, man, woman, and in between, I'm going to be versatile top. If it's a hookup situation, Jesus, I'm top. Pinja, I'm bottom. You got it? It's been, all right, because it's time to move on. It's time to move on from that. We stay on that too long. It's been too long. But y'all know I'm stones. But we don't have many topics left. We don't have much topics left. But what I want to talk about is our top tops real quick. Honey, y'all have been having rumors for a long time that our top tops is ugly and he looked like a meth user and all these things. Look like a fiend, honey. Honey said that he is crispy and weird, honey. And now the newest tea is that iTopTops looks like Miss Netta because iTopTops then drops a picture, honey. But somebody then dropped a picture and there's a legend that this is iTopTops, honey. And it has gone viral enough that enough people are backing it up that I'm thinking that it's pretty credible that this is what iTopTops look like. Mhm. Now, I've had some argue that looked like it could be photoshopped or it looked like it could be a bad picture of him, but that don't even really matter. Because for me, the conversation is about colorism. But y'all felt the same if this man was light skinned? Y'all going off about our top tops of, oh, y'all be slaying ugly men. And you can't lie now, girl. The way y'all be smashing ugly men, y'all smashing them on camera. Look at all of y'all who did our top tops and this, that, and third, and won't do wop and pop it. Honey, oh, got an ash. Because I see plenty, like I done told y'all before, some of the ugliest people I know in the world are light skinned. But I don't never be seeing and hearing y'all put them in the ugly category like that. Whenever I be seeing y'all talk about the ugliest people, there's always dark skinned. Because, honey, I done seen a plenty light skinned child that show their face, honey, and look like chromosomes be missing or it be too many of them. Honey, and y'all will pay them to slay y'all, honey. Y'all pay them to slay your husbands and want to watch it and all that. Children be living for the way that this. Baby, honey, and this look like it could be one of Beetlejuice's children. It looked like it could be a child that she had with a white man with a touch of Downs. But I don't see none of y'all hating on that child. In fact, his numbers is going up. His numbers is going up, honey. Y'all be feeling it for the boy. Y'all feel it for the boy. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give me a second. I'm rearranging stories. I didn't feel like doing that particular story next. So we had to rearrange her. For the danger. All right, honey. Child, let's get into my good sister Yana doll. I don't know if y'all have seen that the good sister had posted, good niecey, I should say. Yeah, good niecey had posted not too long ago on Facebook. She had posted some screenshots of somebody's wife contacting her. Somebody allegedly named Chris, his wife had contacted her. Let's get into the post. Because I can't tell the story better than the text messages did. Child, so she gets a text from a random number. Hey, good morning. And she responds back, who is this? So then the person says back, this is Chris's wife. I was going through his phone and seeing that y'all was on the phone on more than 3 occasions for quite some time. And I'm coming to you as a woman. That's where she stepped in the first place. And I'm coming to you as a woman to let you know he's married and it needs to stop. You are a disgusting whore. I wish I could find out who you are and slap this out your ass. You trifling ass Shreveport just makes me so sick. What would make y'all want a married man? You better lay low, because when I find out who you are, it's going to be a problem, filthy bitch. Sha! Honey? Alright. And then she had to send screenshots. Apparently, Chris had the good sister Yana saved his little mama and his well heart. Baby, honey, wife. I want to let you know from the door, girl. He don't care about you. If he don't care about you knowing that he cheating and tricking, he don't care about you. You are expendable. You are replaceable. And he don't care if you go. He don't think you can or will. Because if you really feel like this and he really out here in these streets like this, then 2 and 2 ain't equaling 4, girl. Honey. But that ain't the end. That ain't the end, because Yana responded. Yana said, so I'm assuming that you don't know if you want to be cool or come out a bag on me. However, let me say something straight. When coming to me as a woman, make sure that you are coming to just that, a woman. You will soon understand. And to be very clear, I will slap the bitch that birthed you before you ever slap a bitch like me. And just so you know, if you were being the wife, which I was unaware there is a wife, but if you being the wife, you should be, I wouldn't be blowing Chris back out every other Saturday at Live Casino. I know you lying, girl. Not you slaying Chris, Yana. Yana is slaying Chris, y'all. Blowing the bag out. She said he wouldn't be getting throat. Then I have to come home and kiss you good. Oh, Lord Jesus. Shirley, you were just coming to Yana as a woman, but Yana had to let you know that you was kissing that man after he be getting throat yacked. Honey, Yikes in the throat, honey. Tonsillar. A tonsil hit her. She said, kissing you behind it. Kissing you with musty nuts on his breath. Tasha. Kissing you good night. While you so busy being his wife, I've been his man. Oh, Lord Jesus. You understand yet? I didn't pursue Chris. Chris pursued me. And since we sent the screenshots, I have a little one of my own. I hope you make it to the toilet in time to release the vomit that's about to come from your stomach. Chop! Honey, chop, chop, chop. Woo! Honey, I'm not sure what is happening in this picture. I can't make it out. But what do you think is happening in that picture? She sent them a picture. Wowzers. So then the wife responds that, OMG, you a man? You are a horrible human being for this. Yana sent back a chest piece. My God, today. So what happened with Yana and Chris? Did Chris go off? Like, what did he do? What did he do? Did he pull a Dion Richardson and go ahead and get ahead of the story and come out? Well, still be behind the story forever being TL. But anyway, so Yana texts Chris, you broke the number one rule. He said, I ain't even mad. That's what her ass get. First of all, nigga, what made you think anybody was even thinking about your wife? You the only one thinking about her. But anyway, Yana responds, I wasn't worried. If you were, I tell y'all protect me like I protect y'all. That's foul. Didn't even know you were married, my nigga. Not that I care, but damn. That's how niggas do. That's how. You think that they do us any different than they do y'all? Some of them are scuzz buckets, but not all the time. Not all the time is the trans woman the problem. So he hit back, why you mad, little mama? I ain't know she got in the nigga phone for real. That's my bad. She know what a nigga like, and she seen it on my phone before. Just ain't know I actually been fucking around. This hoe ain't going nowhere, and you ain't either. Oh, Chris said you ain't going nowhere neither, y'all. Whether he married or not. Chris must got a coin. Chris better have a coin for y'all to beat us down. Honey, Chris better have a coin for y'all to be this crashed out, honey. Yana respond, man, Chris, push out. If I don't hate nothing else, I hate for a woman to contact me about her nigga. She should have been talking to you. Y'all figure that out without me. Chris respond back, fuck all that. You better be here this weekend. Oh. Yana, what's the update? We want the update Yana did. Did you go back to Chris? Did you show up when Chris told you to show up? Are you still showing up today? That's the question. I'm asking. If she knew that he was trans attracted and she talking about slapping people, she better be very careful. She better be very careful because the girls is out here doing this to niggas.
Something else. You don't know. Or no. Let me tell you something. Get your ass up, bitch! Bitch, you did too much. I did it. I did it. Remember who the fuck you took me next time. Get your ass up. You laying down on the floor. Dirty ass out. Go.
Not dirty asshole. Not turning as home, honey. You better be more careful. Y'all need to be more careful playing with the girls. Y'all acting like the girls don't pack and carry too. Honey, stop playing. Baby, they be lying to us about knowing whether or not we trans. So we know that they be lying to y'all about whether they know that we trans or not, honey. Did y'all know that the boys be giving this? Honey, did y'all? Was y'all aware of this, honey? Real spammy 666 said, well, he's already crazy. But, most of them that's attracted to us do be. Anyway, real spammy 666 said, this is why I just lie, lol. I'll just act like I ain't no shorty is trans. I noticed a lot of trans women have this mindset. I'll even act surprised when she tell me. It will help her dysphoria anyway, so it's a win-win for me. If y'all not catching, Spammy is saying that when he come across y'all, no matter how clocky y'all be, well, shit, when he come across all of us, no matter how clocky we be, he just act like he don't know regardless from the toy. Hi. Whether you look like John Goodman or not, he gonna act like he didn't know from the door, honey. You could be Miss Noxzema Jackson herself, and he gonna act like, oh, for real. What do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like the boys should do that? Do y'all feel like the boys should have the mindset of acting like they don't know? Do y'all think that boys should very much sit back and wait for you to tell them? The way I'm also thinking about is Spammy is I'm thinking about that might be a good way to go for you, Spammy. That might be a good way to go for you because, when you come across the clocky cis women, when you come across the brick building cis women, honey, when you come across the cinder block cisgender women and you be wondering, or when you come across the dolled out cisgender women and you be wondering or thinking that might be a transgender sexual. You know what I mean? When you be thinking, yeah, yeah, you don't even ask in case you wrong, Spammy. But honey, Spammy, where it could go wrong, Spammy. Where it could go wrong for you, Spammy, is you might assume that somebody is one of the transgender sexuals. And then they not be, whether they be bricked up or dolled out. And then you think that you get ready to get slayed. Spammy, I don't know if you versatile bottom, honey. I don't know what you're, but you thinking that slaying is an option. Or at least munching down on a night. At least munching down on the T-bone is an option, right? And then you get there and it ain't no T-bone to munch. Or even if she is trans, might not be no T-bone to munch. Holly, or baby, you might be gumming on a hair bow. Honey, you might be gumming. So that's where it could go wrong for you, Spammy. I'm wondering if y'all have ever had any of those incidents. Okay, I thought we was glitching. I wonder if y'all ever had any of those incidents. Have you had an incident where somebody pretended they didn't know you were trans or waited to let you know that they already knew that you were trans? Have you ever been in that kind of situation? Have you ever been? Do you know anybody who pulls that stunt and has that trick? I'm gonna automatically let trans people tell me. Of course, I have had it happen to me before, right? And this person ended up we ended up never having or anything like that. We ended up becoming brother and sister. But when we first met, he was trying to have with me, and of course I didn't know him. So when you don't know somebody and they're attractive and they into you, it's always a question mark for me if I find them attractive, right? So when he was trying to holler at me, we ended up linking up one night. I forget what we had linked up to do. We had linked up to go out and do something to drink, play cards, or go somewhere and play cards or something. And yeah, at one point I said something. It was like we had hung out all day. We had met on the line. If you know, you know. We had met on the line and we had talked like all night for hours or whatever. Come to find out he was drunk the whole time. So and he was talking to so many other girls on the line that he was getting people mixed up. But anyway, I at some point at the end of the night when I was ready to go in, he was walking me to my door. He was ready to go home. I said something or mentioned something about being trans because me being trans didn't come up that whole night for whatever reason. And I said something about being trans, and he was like, "What? Oh my God, you trans?" This, that, and the third. And I was like, nigga, calm down. Like, we had a whole conversation last night about me being trans. And then that's when I found out that he was talking to so many people that he couldn't keep track of everybody. And he was also drunk. And that is the point in time when he became my brother. Yep, it didn't take long. For me, it usually don't take long. It usually don't take long. And of course, he was a nigga. Well, is a nigga. He's still alive. What's up? You know who I'm talking to? I don't have that many brothers, especially ones that have tried to have me. Oh my goodness. All right, I think that this is the last story. Yeah, this is the last story. This is the last story before we get up out of here. Y'all government in the United States, they talking about giving the soldiers HRT, hormone replacement therapy. Get into it. I'm going to let the Secretary of War, as he calls himself, he's really the Secretary of Defense, but the war czar, I'm going to let him tell y'all for himself.
I'm authorizing a new screening program for testosterone deficiency for our service members, ensuring you have the right testosterone levels to operate at your absolute best. Because it's well-established science that as we age, testosterone levels often naturally drop. Under the supervision of our world-class medical professionals, warfighters age 30 and older are going to be tested annually as part of their periodic health assessment. It's a health assessment that happens every year. If treatment is recommended, it's entirely your choice to receive testosterone replacement therapy. This initiative, it's not about artificial enhancement. It's about restoring and optimizing your natural capabilities, protecting your longevity, and ensuring you have the biological foundation required to sustain the fight.
So as y'all see, he posted this himself, the Secretary of War for the United States, honey, former Fox News TV host, appointed to be Secretary of Defense by Donald J. Trump. He wants to give everybody testosterone replacement therapy. Now, immediately, what should be going through your head, if you're aware of anything going on in the United States, then you should know that Trump and his whole team, his crew, his party, have been trying to stop transgender people from being able to transition. One of the ways that they have done this is they have argued that hormone replacement therapy is wrong for everybody. So now you're trying to give it to the soldiers? The math ain't math. The math ain't math. Hold on, we got to get into it, honey. And at this point, the bill couldn't hit too hard, honey. I'm going to let people speak for me.
Now, just an hour ago, the Secretary of Forever Wars, Pete Hegseth, said that they are going to provide hormone therapy for male service members who don't have enough testosterone. This, by the way, is gender-affirming care. And by the way, male members of this committee, watch what you vote for. Do you really want the government getting into your business, taking your testosterone levels, and determining whether or not you have enough testosterone? Are you male enough to be in Congress? That is the question.
Baby, like, this is unsafe in so many ways. And y'all, the people who are now standing for forced testosterone therapy, y'all were the same people who were against elective hormone replacement therapy. I'm so confused.
You make of his focus on testosterone and on demoting women officers?
Okay, so look, I've been thinking about this a lot. This is a man who says he doesn't support gender affirming care. Encouraging men in the military to get more testosterone, hormone replacement therapy is gender affirming care. But I think is indicative of the fact that there are so many people in this administration that have some weird, like, intense homoerotic feelings towards men while also being incredibly homophobic, and not just homophobic, but like hate mongering, fear mongering about the LGBTQ community. So let me be clear. I don't think the homoeroticism is the weird part. The weird part is that they pretend that that's not what it's about. And so Pete Hegseth is like the example of this, like the manly, rugged, macho man. And it's like, I don't know if you know who Tom of Finland is. Tom of Finland, okay?
Okay, she's going into a spiel, but basically what she's saying is she repeated what people said, that this is gender affirming care that y'all were so against and have been so against and are still fighting against people having gender affirming care. For 150 reasons that y'all gave that y'all should take away people's option for gender affirming care. Y'all should take away people's option for specifically hormone replacement therapy. Y'all just said that. And the trans people have been telling y'all for so long, screaming from the rooftops, that gender affirming care is for everybody, not just for trans people. And that if y'all take away gender affirming care, it's going to affect cisgender people. So let's just debunk that really quick. Because from the door, I've been seeing a lot of people trying to, for whatever reason, just try and lie or trying to debunk, trying to use a whole bunch of big words, SAT words, medical jargon to try and convince y'all that no, testosterone therapy is somehow not really hormone replacement therapy, even though it's literally testosterone replacement therapy, and testosterone is a hormone. Siri, is testosterone replacement therapy gender affirming care?
Testosterone replacement therapy is a form of gender affirming care. This answer is from healthline.com.
Okay, thank you, Siri. So some people will naturally think, oh, gender affirming care is just a word for trans people. No, we've been telling y'all that for a long time. But you don't have to believe me. Let's run it back to Siri again. Hey, Siri. Can cisgender people receive gender affirming care?
Gender affirming care is for anyone who needs it. Many people have received a form of this care without realizing it. Cisgender men who take testosterone therapy, for example, are using the same hormone therapy as people who are transgender, non binary, or gender non-conforming. This answer is from healthline.com.
That's on their technology. Honey, that's an iPhone. That's Siri. That's the AI that they've created telling us that they are wrong and transgender people have been right this whole time. I mean, it's literally the same process. I remember before YouTube started getting weird, you used to be able to see trans people who wanted to show their shot to normalize the process because it is so scary for a lot of us, and even me in my big age and been trans most of my life. Yeah, or been trans all of my life technically, but I've been on hormone replacement therapy for most of my life. Been going through it for most of my life. And it's literally the same exact thing. It's not even a different process or nothing. Literally the same thing. So anybody with any form of independent thinking, critical thinking skills, more than two brain cells, will have to ask themselves, so why is this a good idea for soldiers, people who we should be protecting because they're protecting the country? Why is this so great for soldiers but so horrible for trans people? You have to ask yourself that. And don't try and convince yourself otherwise because, again, cis men, regardless of how you put it, take testosterone replacement therapy, take testosterone injections for the same reason that trans men do, the same exact reason. In fact, Pete Hegseth kicked trans men out of the military for doing the same thing that he about to force the cisgender men to do. So people who was choosing to take testosterone therapy with vaginas, you kick them out. Even if they don't have a vagina now, they were born with one. You kick them out for taking testosterone therapy. But you force the men who you're supposed to care about, who you keep to guard the country, you force them to get those same injections. I know you got to be in line if you don't realize that we living in the twilight zone. What the hell? Now keep in mind, it is never a good idea for the government to have control over what you do with your body, period. At the end of the day, I follow a simple rule when it comes to people having freedom of choice. If it is not hurting anybody other than you directly or immediately indirectly, if it's not going to cause anybody else to die, if it's not going to cause anybody else to be harmed, if it's not going to take away anybody else's ability to consent, if it's not going to infringe on anybody else's right, we should have the freedom to do whatever we want with our bodies as adults. I believe. If it's only going to hurt me, I guess you could debate if, or the only, I feel like the only real debate could be made is if a person is a parent and they decide to do something to take their own life and it indirectly affects their children. I think that's the only legitimate argument that could be made. But I think that anybody should be able to take testosterone therapy if they want, long story short. And I think anybody who doesn't want to take testosterone therapy shouldn't have to, especially if you work for the government. Because again, you should be more protected than the average citizen. If you're an asset to the country as a whole, but me being a trans person doesn't change the fact that I try and bring y'all unbiased perspective. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Hormone therapy comes with risks. Testosterone replacement therapy specifically comes with a lot of risks. It is known that your vulnerability to cancer raises tremendously when you are on any form of hormone replacement therapy. When anybody is on any form of hormone replacement therapy, and testosterone blockers are not hormone replacement therapy. Okay? That's hormone reduction therapy. But any form of hormone replacement therapy, you're building up somebody's likelihood to cancer. And like this article says, it was in leaks emails, but this is honestly not even a secret. I don't know what kinds of physicians and endocrinologists and healthcare workers that y'all have, my trans siblings. I don't know who y'all working with when it comes to y'all hormone therapy, but Deb Dunn made me aware from the door of all of the pros and cons of hormone therapy, and healthcare endocrinologists, various physicians and doctors who I've worked with have made it very clear that, again, any type of hormone replacement therapy raises your likelihood for cancer, especially if it's already in your family's DNA. It's already in your family history. Which is one of the reasons why I periodically go off of estrogen, like I've shared with y'all before. It's for my long-term health. It's no coincidence that a lot of trans people end up dying from cancer or acquiring cancer at some point. And again, this was posted by people who are supposed to be against us. But now these same people who posted this, for us not to be able to take, to justify us not being able to make the choice on whether we want to be prone or whether we want to take the chance. The people who are trying to take that choice away from us are now trying to force it on the people who they're supposed to respect and need to protect the country. If you don't know by now, if they put you on the front lines, if you're a soldier that they will send off to war, you are expendable. If your brain really matters to the states, if anything outside of your physical body really matters to the country, they would not put you on the front lines to fight. And I say all this to say that they already don't care about you, soldier. So of course they will pump you with some testosterone that you don't need, that they know could increase your likelihood for cancer, amongst other things. I mean, even Charlie Kirk was speaking out against hormone replacement therapy. Honey, y'all remember when they was trying to say that the school shooter was trans, and they be still trying to say that, which it was a child. I don't think that they Their brain was developed enough to know whether or not to be 100% sure in their gender identity, me personally. So I don't think we should be worrying about them being trans. I think we should be worried about other aspects. But anyway, testosterone therapy also comes with other potential side effects. Prostate effects. It can lead to difficulty urinating, blood clots, and it increases your risk for blood clots, heart attacks, and strokes. It can cause infertility in cisgender men, cause the testicles to shrink, limit sperm production. So it actually takes away one of the things that they claim, or one of the things that dumb people or uneducated, uninformed people believe, that testosterone therapy will somehow increase your ability to make babies. No, it's actually the opposite for men and testosterone. For cisgender men and testosterone, it's the opposite. It decreases and limits sperm production, and that, of course, leads to decreased fertility. There are huge psychiatric effects to any form of hormone replacement therapy, which is why endocrinologists and respected physicians don't recommend people under 18 starting hormone replacement. However, hormone reduction is a whole different thing. Testosterone blockers, estrogen blockers, that's a whole different thing. Anyway, the psychiatric side effects that come along with testosterone, because testosterone is an anabolic steroid, whether people know that or not. So it comes with all the side effects of a man being on steroids. Essentially, they want to pump cisgender men with steroids. Okay? Irritability, mood swings, hostility, depression is common. Hormone replacement therapy is one of the reasons why so many transgender people tend to deal with depression, and which is why it is necessary to be in therapy when you are on hormone replacement therapy. At minimum, it's necessary to have access to a therapist and a psychiatrist, because hormones literally affect your brain. Literally. Even if you don't get mood swings, it affects the way that your brain operates, produces, constructs, all of the things. Yeah. Yep. And again, just with steroids, period, the side effects that could come along with testosterone replacement therapy is weight gain, insomnia, fluid retention, and again, the mood swings, the irritability, aggression. Have you ever heard of roid rage? That is very common. T rage is a real thing. Um, and it also increases libido for most people. It increases their urge to want to have interactions. Now we know that the average man don't need no help wanting to slay nothing. Some of them do, and usually the ones who do is because of a lack of testosterone. Again, but that's not most. We know that because the SA numbers are so high. It's not even available enough for the average man. They want to take it. In every society, the numbers are too high. Any number is too high, but the numbers are too high. Yeah. CNN has recently, as of this news breaking, they have tried to push this article that testosterone replacement therapy doesn't raise major heart risk, the studies say. Now, CNN is already playing for even giving this study credibility at all, with them being such a major mainstream news network. They shouldn't have gave this study no play. But I understand why they did. It's probably going viral in the conservative community. But they letting you know, put in quotations, major. baby, that is the little print, honey. That's the fine print for, yeah, it causes heart issues, but they just don't be that big, which is a damn lie. Okay. Stroke and heart attacks become increased with testosterone replacement therapy. For anybody, testosterone is both naturally produced hormone and an anabolic steroid. Yes, humans can naturally produce steroids. Yeah. And steroids have been illegal without medical supervision. Steroids have been illegal, and testosterone replacement therapy has needed to be supervised by a doctor for a reason. Because testosterone is a hell of a thing. Yeah. Even they know it's not a good idea, especially when it comes to soldiers and increasing libido. And this is Trump's own people. This is Fox News saying this one.
Muscle mass. So yeah, I want these guys on it. But you know what's going to happen? The guys that don't need it are going to take it. To triple boost. Right. And then they're going to get out there. And women on base, you guys better be careful. Yeah. Port calls, women in Asia, you better be careful. Because these guys are going to be wild animals, and you better watch out.
Okay.
Low two.
You should have held his.
These guys are going to be wild animals, and you better watch out. It's code for these guys are going to be snatching everybody's cooch. Anals, they're probably going to be taking each other if everybody gets on this testosterone therapy. We don't even want our athletes on testosterone therapy, but you're willing to give it to the soldiers? So you care more about the damn athletes than the soldiers? Sure. They've been showed us that they care more about the athletes than the soldiers. But I just personally can't figure out why is it even necessary for people to be big and bulked up these days when they ain't doing nothing but flying a plane, honey, or sitting behind a computer. Baby, this is the type of stuff that they doing. Like, nobody is fighting in hand-to-hand combat no more. So why would somebody even really need to be bulked up anyway with a whole bunch of muscles? I'm not understanding. I don't understand. You need to be on testosterone therapy to be able to do that. Problem is, too much testosterone caused some dumb ass to do that in the first place. If anything, we need to be reducing that. Now, you know that's what nature is doing. Nature is naturally reducing men's testosterone. That's one of the reasons why they want. We're gonna have that conversation Wednesday. We gotta build up to that. We built in the audience. We built in the audience up and all the things. And we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Oh, I've been on here 2 hours. That means it's time to get the hell up off of here. That means it's time to get off. That means it's time to get off, honey. Y'all know I'm y'all late night, late show girl. So I can't leave you without somebody cutting up and carrying on, honey. We can't leave on a sour foot. Cause I ain't no sour puss.
Boy, you look good when you back that ass up. You's a fine motherfucker when you back that ass. Bitch, call me Big Daddy. Go on, baby. Boy, who is you playing when you back that ass up? Boy, you look good when you back that ass up. Boy, who is you playing when you back that ass up? You can call me Big Mama when you back that ass up. Boy, who is you calling when you back that ass up? I back it up. I back.
Hi, when you back that thing up, when you back it up, when you back that thing, you's a fine mother, won't you back the things up, Y'all like my shirt? Y'all like my shirt? Baby, honey, you can get them in the merch store, baby. You can get one of your own. You can get one that might be even a better design for you. Who would have knew? Of course, the celebrity adjacent is available. You done seen me wear it. You done seen it on other people. You can get one yourself. Me and Armani are really celebrity adjacent, and a lot of y'all are too, honey. We also know that a lot of y'all are douched and dangerous. Douched and dangerous. Douched and dangerous. Yeah. The link for the merch where you can see other t-shirts, Boom Cack, is in the description just like that. Oh, ow. I don't know why I'm trying to rap. Ooh, oh, cow, cow. Sounding like I'm from the 80s. Wow, wow. Oh, hell no. I love y'all for being here with me. I'm so corny, and I love that y'all live for it and that y'all be here with me. I'm so still carrying on, honey. Got the Bilica hitting and kicking, honey, over here like Van Damme and Jackie Chan, honey. Yeah. Woo! Thank you for being here. Please like, share, subscribe. You can do that for free, honey. Why wouldn't you? Hit the bell so that you get notifications when there's new tea or a new kiki. And as always, peace, love, and blessings to you and yours. Honey, baby. You are appreciated.